The episodes in this playlist are presented to you in the form of an audiobook.
What if I told you that most think about it objections can be prevented before you ever mention the price? Watch this live roleplay. My student gets hit with uncertainty because she didn't pre-handle the prospect's fear of failure. The best closers don't just handle objections, they prevent them from happening in the first place by addressing the uncertainty up front. So in this episode, I'm breaking down the reframing technique that eliminates fear of failure and gets prospect certain before they can object. Let's get into it.
Yeah, I mean, it all sounds okay, but I guess I just need to know, like, what is the price range? Like, what is the price of everything?
Mhm. Yeah, that's a really great question, and we'll definitely get to that piece. I just wanted to check in with you first, though. Um, how are you feeling with everything that we've covered so far? How are you resonating with that?
I guess it could help me, but I'm not quite sure if I'll see the results. Like, it's great that you guys created results for others, but I'm just not sure I'm gonna be able to create the same results, to be honest.
Mhm. I really, really love your honesty about this. This actually demonstrates a quality that we look for in our most successful clients because they don't rush into decisions. They really want to make sure that they feel and that we feel it's a good fit. So what's coming up for you?
I guess I'm just insecure about how I'm gonna see the results on my own. Like, I've not been doing this for a very long time, so I'm just a bit insecure if I'm gonna see the same results.
Mhm. And so is there a certain level of support you're looking for, or what would help you feel more secure?
If I had somebody that would help me throughout like the whole journey, like I guess for me, I just need somebody to hold me accountable throughout the whole journey. I don't feel like I can do it on my own.
I love that. So we actually do build in the accountability piece for our members. So it's designed to fit a lot of different learning styles. Some of our members are very independent. They soak up the academy with very little input from us. We also have the group Q&A implementation calls, so you're going to get direct access to me on those calls. And then if you feel like there's something in between the calls or something that you actually want to deal with more privately, just message me. So I will match the level of engagement that you are demonstrating needing. Is that
Okay.
helpful to you?
Yeah, I guess what if I don't create the results that I want?
Mhm, mhm. So it's awesome that you chose to book this call today because it's showing me that you are really airing out and being really real and honest with me. So now we know what we're working with. So I would I would love to offer you a different perspective. Would that be okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you're looking to make a pretty significant quantum leap. You shared about your income and how much more time you want to spend with your family. So if you go into something from a place of the fear and the doubt, can you see how that's a kind of like a contracted energy where you're not really going to let your self go all in versus if you were to step into it? And I love the what if question, what if it doesn't work? What if I can't do it? And if you were to flip that and start asking, well, what if this does work? What if I'm like all of the other members who've had huge success? What if I allow myself to really trust in the process and really work the process? And what if
Mm,
there are things that I still haven't learned yet that it's not that, I have to magically be like endowed with it, but what if those things are learnable?
mm.
How does that feel for you?
Yeah, I guess that kind of changed the way I saw it from the beginning to now. Like I definitely see what you mean. I guess I was just very insecure about creating results. But what is, yeah, I guess now I just want to know what's the price?
Mhm. So I just want to make sure of your commitment. Like, how out of 100%, what level of commitment would you say that you're at today?
Um, like like before coming into this call, I was probably around like 30, 40, because I still didn't know quite if I was, if I was be somebody that would create results. But I think I'm at like a 80, maybe 90 now. Like now it's just like the price. When I know the price, I'm probably gonna see where I'm gonna be at.
Okay. So, what I mean by commitment is not whether you're going to join us or not, or anything to do with the price. What I mean with commitment is how committed are you to really making this change for yourself? Because you've had a decent start in your business, and you can see that there's more potential there, and it's going to require you to do some different things. So in order for you to, whether it's through our program or anyone else's program or trying to do it on your own, it's actually going to require a level of commitment that's not just, and I love, by the way, that you went from 30 to 40 to maybe now you're at an 80. That's awesome. So which shows me that you're actually coachable, which is a key characteristic that we look for the successful members. But what's holding you back from saying 100% that you're all in? Where's that 20% for you? Because if you don't have that, regardless of whether I help you or not, this kind of change that you're looking for will not happen, because it requires a level of commitment that's 100%. Does that make sense to you, Roya?
Yeah, yeah, it does make sense.
Okay. So where's that 20% for you?
I guess that is actually just the price. Like besides the price, I would say I do feel that I really want to make a change. I've seen
Mhm.
potential in the program here, and I've seen some results, but I'm not quite where I want to be yet. So I'm definitely sure I want to do something about it. So yeah.
Okay. So basically, when you say 80%, you're actually referring to whether you're in, that you're going to join or not. Like you're 80% feeling like you want to join us. Is that right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Okay. So,
Okay, let's just
yeah,
stop
go
here.
ahead. Jump in.
Let's
Sorry,
just
I
stop.
went
Let's just stop.
on.
Let's just
Yeah,
stop.
she's
Let's
not
just.
making it easy.
I'm sorry.
That was
That's
great.
okay.
No, that's great. That's what we need to do. That's what we need to do. Okay, cool. So how about we just typically I like to do a group feedback, but how about I just give you a couple of pointers and we do another role play, or I do it and I show you some things, because one of the things that I really loved was, number one, as Sufyan shared, your energy. Your energy is perfect because you're sort of like, if they're super nervous, you're just displaying, groundness, calm, and that's good, especially if they're insecure and whatnot. Now, in terms of concept and there's execution. Your ideas, like I can see how you knew what was going on, and I can see how you knew, okay, I know what's going on, I know what I gotta do to get this person from uncertain to certain. So in terms of concept, I would say you were pretty much dialed in, like you know what you're doing. It was more the execution that it could be polished. You could have gotten, or you could have, yeah, gotten her certain quicker. Okay, if you just have a couple of reframes, no reframes, a couple of lines, a couple of word tracks here, especially when they're displaying uncertainty, it's just you're gonna be able to do it quicker. Now, I could show you how I would do it in this situation. But another thing as well that I wanted to point out, it's very important for everybody here watching, and even if anybody's watching on the recording, is, well, and by the way, great job, Raya. by playing these prospects, because this is the type of prospects that we want to know how to handle. We want to know how to execute, right? So Roya was being really, really slippery, like trying to slide in any way, shape, or form into the investment. So don't fall into the trap or into the mistake of believing them. Don't believe their words, believe their energy. Okay? If the energy is not there, don't proceed. Okay? Because it can be very, very cloudy. Oh, it sounds like she's 100% in. She told me she's 100% in. It's just the price. No.
Yeah, and I could feel that. Yeah.
So would it be helpful if I do it? If I do this exact same role play and I show you how I would handle it, and then you can just take notes or adapt it to your style?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah? Cool, let's do it. So Roya, can you just be the exact same person?
Yes, I'm here.
Let's do it. So just let's do it. Let's go. Role play mode. Just ask me for the price or whatever.
All right. So Paulo, it sounds really good, but I'm just wondering right now, like, what is the price of all of this?
Oh, you mean the investment? Yeah, sure. No worries. I can definitely walk you through that. Now we're getting a little bit ahead of ourselves, but no worries. I got you. Before we even get into the investment, for us, and for me, it's very important that we get full clarity on everything that I've covered in terms of the roadmap and what's included in the program, the support. So real quick, any questions on the roadmap or the support, or is everything super clear up until this point?
Yeah, I think everything is clear. Yeah, I guess like besides the price, everything is clear.
Okay, no questions about the roadmap, the
No.
times, the timelines, what's included, everything is super clear. Awesome, great, cool. So yeah, then we can go into investment, of course. Before we do that though, alignment is very important for us. And with what I mean by alignment is just making sure that you feel that this is the process, you feel good about this, you feel this is the right move, and now is the right time to go about it. And the main reason why, Roya, is because if the alignment is not 100% there, you're not gonna fully trust the process. You're not gonna fully make the most out of everything that you're gonna have access to. It's just simply not gonna work. So we always look for 100% alignment, if that makes sense. So how do you feel about the process? Based on everything we've covered, do you feel this is the vehicle you need to be able to take your business from where it is to where you want to get it?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think this is gonna be something that can help me, definitely.
For some reason, you don't sound too sure to me. What's coming up for you? I'm on your team. You're good.
Yeah, I mean, like it all sounds really, really good. I'm just looking at like what is the price of all of this? Like I need to see if this could be something that I could join in, but like everything is great. Everything you told me.
Okay. And we're definitely gonna do that. Okay, we're gonna go over the investment. Can you do something for me, just real quick, so I can better help you here?
Yeah.
Can you put for just a minute the investment aside? Just imagine this was $1, which is not, that of course, but just imagine the money let's just put money out of the equation, just so that we can see together whether the alignment is there in terms of the process. Can we do that?
Yeah, I think we can do that.
Okay, if money is out of the equation, let's say money is not an issue at all. You have $20,000 in your bank account, and now you only focus on the process and the support and everything that we've gone through. Do you feel this is what you need?
Yeah, I do feel like this is what I need, because I know that it's gonna give me some kind of
No, just make it difficult. Make it difficult.
Okay. Yeah, I guess this is what I need. Like,
You guess? Where's
yeah.
that coming from? What's coming up for you?
I don't know. I'm a bit insecure. Like, is this gonna get me the results that I'm looking for? Because everything you said sounds really good, but it's like, am I gonna get the results that I'm looking for?
I see. No, I totally hear you. This is not the first time, someone just sees the process and they have similar concerns. And we can definitely get into that, because that seems like it's a little bit of, I guess, uncertainty that's stemming from yourself, which is totally normal. We can totally cover that. But if we put that aside from a second, just for a second, we're going to come back to this. No worries. In terms of the process, is there anything in the process itself that sort of like gives you uncertainty or doubt, or in terms of the process, do you believe this is 100% what you're looking for and the type of support you're looking for? Just make sure the alignment to the process is there.
Yeah, I guess it's just, I've seen the testimonials of other people, getting results and getting those clients. I'm just not sure I will be able to do that.
I see.
I've tried
But
for so long. I feel like I've tried everything, but
I see.
somehow it's not working. I'm just not sure you guys can help me make this
Okay.
work.
Yeah, and we're definitely going to break that down for sure, because that's definitely something important. But I guess, and just to make sure I'm hearing you right, that uncertainty is just more sort of like, coming from yourself, from your own, let's say your own self-esteem. But in regards to the process, do you believe this process works, like in and of itself? And it's more sort of like doubting whether it's going to work for you. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah, because I've seen like the process for so many others that
Okay.
had the same struggle as me. So I guess your process, works really well. It's more just like
It's just whether like it's gonna fit you, your style, your personality. Okay, so let's break it down. That's what I'm here for. You cool? You cool with that?
yeah, that's okay.
Yeah. So first of all, we believe the process in and of itself works. It's proven. You've seen testimonials.
Yeah.
Great. And it fits things that you're looking for. So then there are really two more elements, to analyze. Number one is adherence. Is if you actually do this, are you going to follow the process and use the support and use the coaching step by step? Or are you going to come in here and you're going to reinvent the wheel?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, I really do want to believe in myself, Paulo. I do want to believe in it, and I do want to believe in myself. I guess I'm just a bit insecure about
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
work.
And we can definitely cover that. No worries at all. But in terms of your own ability to follow instructions and to follow a proven roadmap, and to sort of like go through these steps and execute, like, do you feel you could do that?
Yeah, I feel I can do that.
Okay, great. And of course, not everybody that comes in and just puts everything into action and implements everything. Challenges, there are going to be some attempts you're going to have to go through. So the first element is adherence. Like, are you going to follow the process? Are you going to do you feel you can follow the instructions so that we can actually implement this system into your business? We said, yes, I can follow the instructions. If you tell me what to do, if you show me the blueprint, I can do it. Number two is when you do hit an obstacle, when you do hit a challenge, are you going to hide, or are you actually going to raise your hand to ask for help so me and my team can actually help you?
Yeah, no, I definitely I'm gonna raise my hand and ask for anything if I need the help, definitely.
Okay, so if you believe the process works, you can follow these steps if we show you a clear roadmap, which is what we have. And then if you have a challenge at any point, you're going to raise your hand so we can help you out. How things are not going to work for you.
Yeah. Yeah, I see that.
It wouldn't, right?
Yeah.
But you have to have that level of commitment and commit yourself to this process. Do it, execute it, and whenever you hit it, you have a question, you have a challenge or an obstacle, you hit an obstacle, which will happen. You just gotta reach out. But as long as you're willing to do that, we got your back. That's where we exist.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I see what you mean now.
How do you feel right now, having broken this down and knowing that we're going to be with you every single step of the way, but you also have to do your part?
I feel
Question is,
yeah, I feel ready. I feel like I can actually do this. I can make the progress that I need to do. Yeah.
Yeah, of course. And I believe that too. Otherwise, we wouldn't be here today. We wouldn't have made it even to this point of the call.
Yeah.
Right. So on your side, we need that level of commitment and determination, which you have it. I can see your potential. And the rest is just adherence and raising your hand when you need help. The rest is on us.
Yeah.
So are you willing to do that?
Yeah, I am.
Okay, cool. Then we're going to have a blast. We're going to be flying. That's what we do. That's what we exceed. Okay. And now we can definitely go over the investment, but real quick, just to make sure I don't want to assume anything. Does this feels the right thing for you and feels the right move to grow your business?
Yeah, I think it does. Do you
Okay.
still want me to keep going and say?
And if we get started today with this journey, yeah, keep going. And if we get started today with this journey, do you feel 90 days from now you will be way closer to hit your goals, or further away? What do you feel you will be at?
I really hope I will be there.
Well, you hope. Hope is not for the winners. The winners make things happen.
Okay, all right.
Are we actually going to make things happen, or are we going to hope for things to happen?
Yes, we're gonna make things happen.
Okay, now you ready to do that?
Yes, I am.
Okay, stop role play here.
Yeah.
Right? So whenever someone displays insecurities about themselves, first thing you want to do, just super clear here, is like, okay, that is insecurity stemming from the prospect. Let's put that aside. I want to see if there's any insecurity stemming from the process. Right? No, and you want to get to a point where it's like, no, the process is great. Like, the program is great. I have no doubts the program works. We want that first check there, right? So they will try to cloud everything and just make everything more confused. But the insecurity, the doubts can only stem from two places: them or the process. Like, this is not what I'm looking for. I don't like this. I don't like this feature. I don't like the crew coaching. I don't like the roadmap. Doesn't make sense for me. So the first thing we always want to do, this is very important, and I will never just get tired of saying this: the temperature check. If we zoom in, it's a double temperature check, because we're temperature checking the process and themselves. So first is the process. Is there any insecurities, any doubt stemming from the process? And if the answer is yes, most likely we made some mistakes in the presentation. We didn't show them what they need. If you follow the way I present, you're never going to have that. It's always going to be insecurities stemming from them. They say, I'm not sure if this is going to work for me. You say, that's an uncertainty, or that is a little bit of doubt that's stemming from yourself, which is fine. We're going to cover that. But let's first look at the process. Do you feel this process works? Like, removing yourself from the equation. Oh yeah, 100%. What makes you say that? Oh, this, and this, and this. All right, I've seen the testimonials. Okay, great. Now let's go back to you feeling that it's not going to work for you. Let's go back to that. Are you cool if we break that down? Yes. And now we're going to this is a word track. Like, this is literally like a sequence. Serenity is you go, you believe this process works? Yes, you just share that. There are two more things. Are you going to adhere to the process? Are you going to follow something that works? Are you going to follow the steps? Yes. Okay. And then when you do, you're gonna find, you're not gonna make it right the first time. You're gonna have some challenges. Are you gonna raise your hand, or are you gonna hide? I'm gonna raise my hand. I'm gonna use it. Are you sure? Yes, I am. Okay. So if the process works, you're gonna follow it, and every time you have a question or a challenge, you're gonna reach out for help so that we can do our thing. How you are not going to get results. That's literally the line. And then they say, oh yeah, I guess I'm not. Yeah, you would. You're not. That's why we exist. That's why we're here. But you gotta do these three things. Because there's gonna be alignment to the process. You're gonna follow the process, and you're gonna come to us so that we can give you feedback. So you sort of like take all this doubt and all this they just doubting themselves, and it's very intangible, and it's very like abstract, and you just sort of like simplify it and make it super tangible by just walking them through these three things. And it's just super simple, right? So they all of a sudden have a lot of clarity. And then it's a little bit of energy as well, as saying, that's why we're here. If you can do this and this and this, the rest is on us. Like, that's exactly what we exist. And sometimes they will still be a little bit uncertain. You can say, hey, I don't need you to be fully certain about yourself, because that's the reason why you are where you're at. I just need to be certain enough to follow the process and ask for help when you need that. And the rest is on us. Right? Or you can say different lines. You can say, I don't need you to be 100% certain in yourself. All of a sudden you remove a lot of pressure from their shoulders. Like, I don't need you to be fully certain. I just need you to be certain enough to believe in yourself and to follow the process and to ask for help. The rest will stem from us until you learn this and you develop your own confidence so that you don't need that extra confidence injection, something like that. How was that? Was that helpful? Serenity, talk to me.
Yeah, super, super helpful. What I love about what you do is you're always listening for the energy behind what they're saying or not saying, and then not letting that go, right? Like calling them out on it. And sometimes I can get literal with them, even though I can feel it. So it's good. Just the poise that you have and being like, okay, well, that's, you know, we're totally gonna get to that. But first we've got to just make sure that there's alignment with the process.
Mhm.
That's huge. The process, can you follow the step by step, and will you raise your hand if you need help? It's huge.
Yeah. It's sort of like you're just making it simpler for them, right? You're saying, well, if you believe in the process, you're going to follow it and you're going to raise your hand, how you are not going to get results,
Mhm.
right? Or maybe with your energy that is more calm, how are you not going to get results then?
Yeah.
Something like that, more serenity
Yeah.
style. And
Yeah.
then they're going to be, yeah, I guess I am not. And now you have to inject certainty to them. Yes,
Yeah.
you want. And that's why we exist. That's what we do here. But you got to do your part.
Mhm.
Are you ready to do your part? Yes. Then we're going to have a blast.
Do you
And
ever
at that
have someone?
point,
Yeah, go
no, go
ahead.
on, go on, go on, go on. No, go on.
Well, do you ever have someone who's like, yeah, I actually don't know. I've done a lot of
Mhm,
programs and I start them, but I never finish them. And
mhm,
I actually trust your process, and I
mhm,
really like and I want to be able to follow it, but I just don't know if I can. I'm super busy. I'm distracted. Like I actually don't know if I can trust myself. I think you're onto
mhm.
something. Do you ever?
Well, yeah, well,
Yeah.
I would say something along the lines of, well, I can understand that. I guess, and you correct me if I'm wrong, that we both agree that that's the reason why you are where you're at, because you
Yeah.
cannot do it by your own. You need external help. But my question to you, Serenity, is, and you let me know, okay? If you didn't believe that you cannot trust yourself, that you cannot do your part, would you have made it even to this call and that part in the conversation?
Mhm. Yeah. I guess I was
W-
hopeful. Yeah.
Like would you have done all the research you've done, book the call, like just all of this momentum that you've built? There is a part of you that genuinely believes that you can do it. But also at the
Mm.
same time, there's the other part in you that has this mentality and this mindset of negativity or going into a potential toxic cycle of it's not going to work or you're not going to follow it and da 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 da. You know, would you agree with that? That there are these two energies within you?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So the question really is, it really doesn't matter whether which energy is right or wrong. Is which energy is more useful and helpful when it comes to achieving your goals. Because you know what happens when you tap into your vision, your creativity, your potential, that creation realm. You know what happens? That's that is exactly what has gotten you here. But you also
Mhm.
know what happens if you tap into the other side, when then it's not doesn't it doesn't matter what you do, it's just you're always gonna have this ceiling, right?
Mhm.
So the question is, what happens if you continue to think that way? What happens if you
Mhm.
continue to feed this energy of serenity is not going to do it? Serenity is not going to follow instructions. Serenity is going to do a program. It's not going to work for her.
Mhm.
What happens if you continue to feed that energy?
Yeah, then I won't. You're right.
Do you feel like anything will ever change for you?
Mhm.
And are you
Mhm.
willing to settle for that?
No, no, it's got to change. Mhm.
Why not? Because you could continue to feed that energy every single time you're about to break through. You could just
Mhm.
backpedal and feel that energy of like, hey, let's just stay where we're at.
Mhm.
Let's just keep self-sabotaging ourselves. Why you are not
Mhm.
willing to settle for that reality?
Yeah, I mean, I can't. Uh, it's not an option to do that.
Why not?
I just can't. It's been too much time. I feel strapped for time, and I'm not where I want to be.
So I guess how
So,
do you feel your mindset or your
mhm.
your perspective needs to be different this time so that you can put yourself in the best position possible to actually build the business that you want?
Yeah. Well, I mean, just like you were saying, to It's tough though, like, because I've done other programs and I always go
Yeah.
in well-meaning, but like you're right, like
Yeah.
if I keep
What is
focusing
the
on that, then
what is
I
the
can't.
alternative? What is the alternative?
Yeah.
Is just white flag? Let's just give up. Let's just give up right here, right now. Deal?
No.
Right?
That's
That's
just
the
too
alternative.
much. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? And you know you're a winner. It's inside of you.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're made for something greater than where you're at right now. Otherwise, you would have shaken my hand. Yeah, let's just give up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're right.
Right? So how do you feel your mindset needs to be different this time? You know, how do you, what type of energies do you feel you should tap into so that you can put yourself in the best position possible?
Yeah. Well, there, everything you shared about the process, that makes sense. There's definitely alignment there. It just might mean that I'm gonna have to really lean into the, like, you're gonna see me raise my hand a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that,
Because
are you
like your
okay?
vision, your
Yeah.
goals, in order for those to actually happen, someone needs to take full responsibility for that. You
Yeah.
know, who do you think that person is?
Yeah. It's me. Mm-hmm.
It's you, right?
Yeah.
And do you want to take that responsibility? Do you want to step into that suit, that new identity?
Yeah.
With
It's
the,
time. Yeah.
you
It's
know,
time.
that's the only way. That's the only way that we're going to make it happen. But you cannot pretend or intend to become that person by thinking and by tapping into the decisions and the perspective of the right now serenity. Has to be that superior self of yours.
Yeah.
The only question that I have is, are you willing to do that today?
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you sure?
Makes sense. Absolutely.
Then nothing will stop us. Something like that.
Awesome. Oh my gosh.
All right, that is it for this episode. If you like it, smash the like button. Let us know your thoughts down in the comments. Subscribe if you aren't already, and I will see you in the next one.